What if your brand could become the automatic choice for your ideal customer? What if you could build a magnetic connection that competitors simply could not match? That's the promise of powerful brand positioning. We're about to explore the essential principles and actionable steps to carve out your brand's unique territory and dominate your market today on Art+Science. Hey there, I'm Kevin Hartman, Associate Professor at the University of Notre Dame and founder of the Art+Science Analytics Institute, where our mission is to make you a better data analyst. Today we're diving deep into brand positioning. We'll explore what it really is, why it's your strategic superpower, and how to craft a positioning that not only resonates but also drives measurable results. Think of your brand as a contestant in a crowded race. Brand elements, like your logo, get you noticed, but positioning dictates where you finish. Brand positioning is the art and science of designing your offering and image to occupy a specific, compelling, and credible place in your target consumer's mind relative to your competitors. It is all about answering and consistently delivering on these core questions. What is your brand all about? For example, Volo is all about safety. Who is your brand for? Apple, for instance, is all about creatives, designed, focused people. And why should they choose you? Southwest, for instance, is all about low fares, friendly service. Strong positioning isn't just marketing fluff. It is a business driver with real impact. It guides your strategy. It is your North Star. If your brand is about being the most user-friendly, user experience is king. It makes you distinct. It carves out a special place. Lush, for instance, is equal to fresh, handmade, ethical products. It simplifies choice. Clear positioning helps customers get who you are faster. Amazon, for instance, is immediately equated with vast selection and convenience. And brand positioning builds brand equity. It fosters recognition, trust, and loyalty. Quick tip for you to get started here, run a perception survey. Ask customers for 3 adjectives that your brand and your competitive brands stand for, are associated with. The difference in your brand and your competitors, or the white space that is revealed through this exercise, that's your opportunity. To nail your positioning, you need a concise statement, your strategic blueprint. For the data-minded, think of it as your brand's core hypothesis. Here are the key components. Target market. Who are you laser focused on? For example, liquid death equals rebellious, health-conscious youth. The data angle here is to use demographics, psychographics, social listening, segmentation, measures of engagement within this segment. Frame your reference or your category. What market are you in? Brand positioning will establish this for you. Who are you compared against? Tesla, for instance, with their positioning, is equated to be more of a luxury sedan than it is an EV. Bringing data here means analyzing competitor sets, your market share, customer perception of the category boundaries, the brand mapping exercises that we all know. Brand positioning establishes your point of difference, your POD, what makes you uniquely superior, your secret sauce. Google, for example, means superior algorithm speed when it comes to search. To learn your point of differentiation, your point of difference, just quantify it. Speed, price, features, the things that are important to your company, your brand. Quantify those through A/B testing, by tracking customer ratings and responses, using perceptual maps or other kinds of approaches to get quantified results on these perceptual attributes to your brand. Reveal your points of parity as well, your POPs. What are the must-haves to even be considered in this category? For instance, a streaming service means that you've got some kind of content liability, that you've got some kind of reliable streaming. Understanding that, having that is table stakes that you must understand as a parity point. Here again, use customer surveys, competitor audits, really understand what is a expectation of the market in your category, the thing that you absolutely must deliver. These elements can often fuel a brand mantra, an internal phrase that captures your essence as a brand. Nike's, for existence, is authentic athletic performance. We all know Apple's as think different, right? It's that thing, that why that the company stands for, that everyone can rally around. One way you can get started here is by understanding your brand, your frame of reference, that target customer, your POD, points of differentiations, the competitors, the POPs. Use those to fill in a simple statement. Our brand is the blank frame of reference for blank target customer who want blank, your point of differentiation. Unlike your blank key competitor who offers blank, that differentiator, that benefit. This is a simple approach, but it's very powerful. It'll really force you to sharpen your answers, to make sure that you are aligning your messages with your metrics, with your vision, with all the things that are constructing your positioning as a brand. There's more than one way to position your brand. In fact, there are 7 tried and true measurable approaches to brand positioning. Here they are, each with a data twist. First is a benefit-oriented positioning. Focus on functional, emotional, or self-expressive benefits. For example, the way Dove's Real Beauty campaign connects to emotions on a very deep level. Data that can point you here includes sentiment analysis, perception surveys, campaign effectiveness that is linked to that thing that you are using as a benefit you're trying to express. The second is an attribute-oriented approach. Highlight some superior feature. For example, Dyson has been very forward with this cyclone technology, something that it sees as a differentiator functionally in its category, that single attribute. For a data angle here, use product performance benchmarks, review mentions, market share gains, anything that allows you to really quantify what that attribute is and how it is a distinguishing and differentiating factor for you. Third is to focus on price or quality. Define your value spectrum. Think of Rolex compared to a Casio G-Shock, for instance. The data that can point you on where you want to be on that spectrum includes the price elasticity studies with your target market, any kind of perceived values that they have, the customer competitor pricing, and sales volume, the margin that they earn. Collecting these sorts of data will point you to a position that you can uniquely own. Next up is a use or application focus. Associate with some specific situation, some specific use case. For instance, Gatorade is positioned as refreshing hydration for athletes. Here, from a data perspective, you can use occasion studies, you can use market share in relevant contexts, like the sports athletes and uses of Gatorade in the example that we just gave. Another way to position is around user orientation. Position as ideal for a specific customer segment, a customer group. For instance, Patagonia, the way that it is positioned and focused for outdoor enthusiasts, environmentalists. Data you want to have and use to drive this kind of positioning includes deep user profiles, loyalty measures, community engagement measures, advocacy. Those sorts of things will point you to where your true segment is and how you can then position around them. You can also take a competitor-oriented positioning approach where you directly compare yourself to those competitors. This is one of the things that Apple has done so well with Mac to really show a differentiation between a Mac laptop and a PC. Use brand switching data, competitive ad recall, sentiment shifts, those sorts of data to really drive your decisions here on where you want to position your product. And a final approach to positioning is creating your own category, introducing something so innovative that you have redefined the game, opening up a category that you own through your positioning. Take, for example, what Airbnb has done with home sharing, a very innovative new set of behaviors that it pioneered through its launch. Data that you can use here is anything that's going to help you bring new innovation to a category. It can be understanding the market and then seeking white space by talking to customers about unfulfilled needs, about understanding new trends that current entrenched players in an industry are not taking into account or are not servicing. The key to choosing one of these positioning approaches is going to be adopting a strategy that really authentically resonates with your brand, one that connects to customer behavior and business outcomes, one that you can use data to really justify and prove. Your positioning must come from your brand identity, your core values, your personality, and your purpose. If your positioning is inauthentic, audiences will see through it. Authenticity builds trust. Brand positioning gives you a framework for action and measurement. Ask yourself, if your brand disappeared tomorrow, what measurable void would it leave? Knowing the answer to that question helps you define and defend the space you truly want to own. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, take a moment and subscribe to this channel. Like this video and share it with anyone who you think is interested in data analytics. Every single week we are bringing new, exciting, and important videos on data analytics to this channel. We'd love to have you there for the journey. Be sure to check out the links in the description for additional art science resources and sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive tips, course updates, and more directly to your inbox. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video.